iPhone 13, 12s, or whatever you want to call it. We're less than a week away from Apple's official event, and this time, the invitation doesn't really reveal anything we can use as a source for a tease. That said, we do have to admit that leaks are going through a bit of a transition. Rumors have become so aggressive that we've even gone through droughts of content because there's really not much left for the imagination. There's a lot of good and a lot of meh, so we decided to do a roundup of everything that we know about this new iPhone series ahead of the event, and yes, we'll definitely look back into what's right and what's not. I'm Jaime Rivera with Pocketnow, and let's dive in. Let's get the first thing out of the way when it comes to how I started this video. It's crazy how the name of this phone took a lot of spotlight this year. People speculated that this would be an S year because if you remember the iPhone 3GS, 4S, 5S, 6S, and 10S, they were really just spec bumps inside the same chassis. A lot of sources claim that we shouldn't expect much of a design change from the 12, making this 12S theory credible, but it looks like Cupertino will break with that tradition and go for iPhone 13. We've had some leak labels showing off this name, and just a couple of days ago we also got a video from what could be a factory of Apple's official silicone cases, and the text on the box says iPhone 13 Pro Max. This could either mean that there will be hardware updates that won't warrant the S name, or Apple simply wants to change things up, but stick around as we'll talk design soon. On the same note, we can also expect the lineup to consist of 4 phones once again. That means there's some love for everybody, and you'll be able to choose between the 13 mini, a 13, 13 Pro, and the Pro Max. Now, multiple reports mention that Apple is ready to kill the mini due to low sales, but it seems they'll just try this one more time. Now, when it comes to internals, we're expecting Apple's latest SoC, the A15, and let's call it Bionic for consistency. This new chip will reportedly be built on the same 5nm process as the current A14, but we hear of an updated process that allows improved performance, power efficiency, and Apple is going all out with a 6-core CPU that offers 4 high-efficiency cores and 2 high-performance cores. If you want to talk numbers, a few days ago, a benchmark popped up claiming that the GPU is 13.7% faster than the A14, which was already ahead of the competition. For some perspective, the report compares it to Samsung's upcoming Exynos 2200 with AMD graphics, and that one barely catches up to last year's A14. Now, if the M1 is any proof, RAM will again not be a problem, and Apple doesn't disclose it, but we're expecting that to not change. What might get an upgrade is storage. Multiple reports claim that Apple will be including 1 terabyte of that at least in the Pro models. And if you're wondering why, rumors hint that these phones support ProRes video, which will definitely chew up that and more. All of these devices are reportedly getting thicker, but we're not complaining at all because it means that we're getting bigger batteries. Apparently the 13 and 13 Pro will bring the same components from last year, but still manage to fit a 10% larger battery. The Mini will now offer a much needed extra hour on a charge, and then the Pro Max improvements include 18 to 20%. There was also a small rumor going that called for a 25-watt charger instead of the 20, but it's not like if you're getting it in the box with the lightning cable. And if you like MagSafe, we also hear of stronger magnets being possible. And on an interesting twist, we've heard some case makers mention that apparently this won't be the same exact design between the 13 and 13 Pro. Apparently the 13 Pro will be slightly larger and won't be able to fit in the same cases. We'll see how that goes. Of course, we can still expect 5G going forward, but there are some new rumors of a satellite communication feature that would let you make phone calls even with no signal. We have a full article on how this technology works on Pocketnow.com that I will be linking in the description. And yes, this will be the launchpad for iOS 15, and if you're not familiar with it, some of its major features include redesigned notifications, a ton of new privacy features, FaceTime improvements, and a lot more. The changes are what I would call as minor but good. I'll be linking to an explainer of that in our WWDC video as well. Sadly, no. Every report is saying that Touch ID won't be making a comeback this year, but there are some changes coming to Face ID. According to a report from a few weeks ago, Apple is testing a new module that will let you use Face ID even with a mask and foggy glasses. Yes, it does solve a pain point, but seriously, how hard is it to pull an iPad Air version of Touch ID on the power button and just call it a day? As for improvements, the notch could be getting shorter in height while maintaining its same width and still brings some annoyance to your viewing experience. And speaking of that, we expect display sizes to remain the same. The Pros will just get an extra and much overdue ProMotion feature, which is 120Hz technology that we see on iPad Pros. Now, this being OLED allows for that refresh rate to be variable thanks to LTPO panels. It opens the door for an always-on display mode that's also being reported on, sort of like what we have with the Apple Watch. Yes, there is an impact on battery life, but other reports claim that the display will only go full throttle if you're not on low power mode. Now, iPhones have always been known for their cameras, and when it comes to the modules, we hear that they're getting larger, and in the regular variants, their design is going crossed for whatever weird reason. When it comes to upgrades, the latest leaks suggest that all of the sensors on each iPhone will be able to receive at least 15% more light, with the ultra-wide being the bigger update at 40%. Lenses are also getting better. For example, on the Pro models, we hear of a 6-element lens at f1.8 aperture, and sure, we hear improvements on LiDAR, but it's not like if many of you care. It could bring some improvements to night mode, and we also hear of improvements in color science, and tipsters are claiming that the upgrade will be noticeable thanks to those lenses and improvements in the algorithm. Now, cinematic or portrait video has been teased at WWDC, along with the bokeh effect on FaceTime. It will be achieved through EIS thanks to a mode called Warp that will attempt to keep your subject in the center of the frame and then use OIS to offer additional effects. We're also hearing that the Pro Max will bring some exclusive features like we got last year, but we're not entirely sure if they're only talking about the camera. I mean, it won't be sensor shifting stabilization. That is reportedly reaching every other model, but we'll see. As for colors, there's actually been quite a lot of back and forth. For the regular models, we have a new leak claiming that we'll be getting 6 different color options, including black, blue, purple, pink, white, and product red, with pink replacing the green we got last year, which is sad. I mean, I thought that was the best color. For the Pros, you can expect your typical silver and gold tones, with a new bronze model replacing the Pacific blue, and black replacing graphite, which was pretty much just space gray anyway. There's also been some speculation on a rose gold model. We assume to be that bronze, or it could just be that we might be getting that color option later. Finally, let's talk prices. A ton of supply chain reports mention that the cost for things like the chips and displays would be going up due to the recent shortages, which could translate to the price on iPhones going up, but it looks like that won't be the case. According to multiple sources, Apple will be giving us the same exact price tags we got last year. That means the iPhone 13 mini will start at $729, the regular 13 at $799, the 13 Pro at $999, and the Pro Max at $1099. Yeah, definitely not the best prices for the regular variants, and let's hope that there's no more of that play that they had with the subsidy prices for the 12s, which were really misleading. To conclude, even if this will be called the iPhone 13, so far it sounds like an S year. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but other than the change to the notch, there's really not much to say when it comes to the design. Yes, you're getting more storage and new features with the display, but it doesn't sound like we're getting any wow factor. Battery improvements are slight. IBIS really only made the camera marginally faster, though a better ultra-wide for low light would be amazing. I've always hated most portrait mode results, so I'm not gonna hold my breath on video. I mean, Samsung has been doing that for a bit and it's just okay. I wish I could even say the same prices could be a highlight, but not in this economy. Bottom line, we get new iPhones with the good and the regular things we've come to know them for. Thing is, expectations are the thief of joy, and it could just be that so many leaks have spoiled whatever surprises we might be getting that didn't come in the leaks. Let us know in the comments which feature are you excited for, or if you're skipping this new lineup altogether. By the way, we're also working on a similar video for the rest of the other products being announced, so stay tuned for that. And while you're at it, follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow me on my personal handles to see me wait for these iPhones like there's no tomorrow as I use a Galaxy Z Fold 3. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.